Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dreads of Breads. We're back with these two wonderful people who I really don't care for anymore. In Adepticon 2025, they were both very condescending. They both made backhanded comments. Uh, and I'm really not happy with the state of the IP that's going on because despite people saying, "Oh, the models were amazing and cool and everything," let's be honest, they've lost the rule of cool. There was some interesting looking models, but nothing that said, "Oh yeah, I need this. This is really cool. This really is inspiring me to get back in the hobby, to get back in painting and things like that." It none of that, none of that, unfortunately. And they dropped the ball with the new Old World faction that they really need to change the name because when these guys say the name of the faction, it sounds like they're saying cafe. And it's very generic Far East Chinese Empire, um, Chinese Empire faction that's ruled by the Dragon King. And they could have gone, and I'm going to say this again and again and again, and I don't care. They could have gone with Lopan. They could have gone with the Shadow Empire from Big Trouble Little China, and he's also a real person, a real mythological person in Chinese mythology, where it could have been the mirrored empire of Sigmar, but if Sigmar was evil, right? Like if Sigmar was evil looking for a new bride to make him whole again, to make him, he died and now he's a ghost and he's trying to come back as a human and be even more powerful. But they didn't do that. They really dropped the ball. And you basically just got generic Chinese faction with firework cannons, hot air balloons, big statues that are neat looking but nothing too cool, and that's it. That is really it, besides the hero of the faction, which is a lady that turns into a dragon, so you can either have her as a dragon or a human, but nothing spectacular, nothing really cool. I mean, the hot air balloons are really neat to look at, but are they going to weeble and wobble and fall down because they are flying models? Who knows? But anyway, I've rambled on enough. We're going to get into the children. I can't even say it now.
Time to have a look.
You'll see who I'm talking about. It's Slanesh's boys. Oh, I forgot to turn that down. I have to turn that down for content ID claim crap. The Favor of the Dark Prince. Alrighty. Noise Marines. I do like the limited edition Noise Marine that they have. Oh god, that guy's got a horrible face. We've got Tormentors. Alright. Okay, very nice. We've got Fearless Blades. Lord something. I'm just taking screenshots. Oh, I like that model. What is this? Ooh. I don't know what you are, but I like you. That's Lucius now? Okay. Alrighty. I thought it was going to be a little bit different.
Okay, they're here. It's finally time to talk.
Lucius is one of those guys where you really don't really care about him, but that model I do like better than the old model. It's got a little more oomph to it.
Talk about the Emperor's Children. You guys have been waiting. Let's go for it. Now, at Christmas, we showed off Fulgrim, the demon Primarch of the Emperor's Children, of course. What a Christmas gift that was for all of us. Alex, for those not in the know, who is Fulgrim? Why they're important?
So Fulgrim was the demon Primarch of the Emperor's Children, and basically where he once pursued sort of perfection and mastery, he's now become the embodiment of obsession. He shed his mortal form and has basically become this demonic entity. He's spent most of his time both in the warp and in real space desperately trying to seek out new sensations and experiences, occasionally
he's
returning
a pervert,
to wreak havoc, not to mention some Primarch in blue.
We're not going to talk about that. It doesn't appear in the Ultramarine records. It's just the most stunning miniature. I've seen it up close as well. It's just beautiful and huge, and just what a centerpiece that's going to be for a table. And yeah, long awaited return for Fulgrim to the 41st millennium. On the gaming table, as you can imagine, Fulgrim is an absolute monster, and will cut down swathes of enemies with their malefic lash, demonic blades, and serpentine tail, just causing havoc. They can issue demonic poisons on the battlefield. I'm told that they once poisoned my Primarch at some point. We're going to talk about maybe on the you can do that too.
Why did he say they? I'm confused.
And you can...
Because Fulgrim's a dude. He's a Primarch that just got... It's not like there's more than one of him. So is there 2 different models of him that I don't know about, that I forgot about?
Choose demonic powers each battle round, much like other Primarchs can do as well. And one of those is that they can always fight first, which is just incredible.
Yes.
As a heads up, my colleague Simon and I from Battle Report had a one-on-one Fulgrim versus Angron just before Christmas, and Fulgrim won all 3.
That's BS, man.
It was just great.
No. Fulgrim shouldn't win against Angron.
Right. So there we go. Fulgrim on the way. Monstrous on the table and long awaited. You've got to get your paintbrush on that one.
But I also got to remember, these 2 guys, I don't know how much of a real hobbyists they are anymore. I mean, they could have started off as hobbyists, but the best thing to remember about these guys is they are paid faces for PR purposes. And they really proved that with the Adapticon thing. With the backhanded comments, just them kind of being snide and callous. Him laughing off somebody's question, which was a very dick thing to do.
But let's talk about the army set we've seen as well. And this is the Children of Slaanesh army set, which includes brand new miniatures. Packed to the gills, brand new miniatures. The first up is the Lord Exultant there, the new Lord choice. Comes out in a second. We've got Tormentors, who are the sort of battle line units.
I do like that helmet there. That is kind of the Mark 6. That's kind of been like corrupted. You got a Mark 5 there. I mean, ooh, I do like that one. That looks like a skull. Very neat. Got the Noise Marines in the back. Very cool, but these guys will never be as cool as the kind of limited edition one that they had. The rocker one.
The Infractors, who are the combat units.
I'm not sure
and
which ones
course,
those are. Maybe
the
these
Noise
guys.
Marines are back as well with their huge sonic weaponry, as well as the Codexes in there too. Right, let's break this down. Okay, we'll start off then with the Lord Exultant, who is the new Lord choice for the Emperor's Children. Who is a Lord Exultant, and why do they have the coolest cloak going in the 41st millennium?
So these guys basically embody everything that the Emperor's Children are. They are desperately seeking more experiences, sensation in all its forms. They've had loads of various surgeries and stims to basically enhance their sensory abilities, basically receiving signals that would drive anybody else insane. But it does give them rather special abilities, even for a Space Marine. So, they can detect an assassin in the breeze, even the faintest trail of fuel use somewhere else. They could feel the vibrations in the floor for approaching enemies. They're just incredible combatants.
They're just so cool, aren't they? The actual model itself there as well has loads of options as well. So it's a multi-part kit. You can have a Phoenix Power Spear, Mastercrafted Power Sword, or something called a Screamer Pistol, which is like a pistol version of a sonic weapon, which is really cool. You can have a Rupture Lash, or a Plasma Pistol as well, or a Power Fist. This
needs more hooks. I'm going to say that.
There's loads of things you can do with this model, and in the game, you're talking about sort of like trying to find those big experiences. Once per battle, they can go into euphoric strikes mode and just try and experience everything, and they get super horrible in combat, which is just great. So wonderful miniature, great on the tabletop. But they lead the forces, and we'll start off talking about the Tormentors.
Alrighty.
These are the sort of your sort of battle line unit with bulk.
So I do like these guys, but they need more hooks. They need more well, I know that's more of a Night Lord's thing, but they need. I mean, I do remember these guys also had that kind of like flayed skin and stuff on their armor too, and they were just kind of full of knickknacks and whatnot. Their armor is actually supposed to be garish, very kind of hard to look at, not very pleasant to look at.
Guns. Yeah. Tell me about these guys. Who are they?
So these guys are tactically flexible. They tend to fight at range, they see themselves as sort of exemplars of what a Space Marine should be.
Yeah,
but they take a look at the loyalists and think, not even close. They've got an awful lot of pride, and they basically have a habit of assigning themselves missions and targets, and most generals kind of think of that as an acceptable cost for having them on their side. They hate performing basically what they would see as tedious tasks, so they don't like guard duty.
That's fair enough. There's the kit itself is just jam-packed full of options, different heads, different shoulder pads. We've seen a few of the options shown sneakily off on the Warhammer community website over the last few months. But this is the final kit here in front of you. On the tabletop, there are your OC2 battle line unit for holding objectives. They can even defile objectives. Don't think about it. They're making them sticky objectives, basically. They are infiltrators. They can actually sneak forwards before the battle begins, which is great. So expect serious ball control from these guys.
Wait. So the Emperor's Children can sneak in, but that they don't give that to the Night Lords. Night Lords just make guardsmen pee themselves. Okay, all right. I'm a little salty about that, but I don't play 10th edition.
And alongside those are the combat units, the Infractors.
I like their helmets for some reason.
These guys are all about getting up close and personal. They sort of live for the thrill of combat, and they tend to dose themselves up on toxins and stims, basically to elevate their sensation.
I don't like his head.
And there's a wonderful term in the Codex, which is called murderous orchestra. Which it's almost like killing as an art form.
I love these guys. In game terms, they are scouts. They start the game a bit further forwards, but also they're movement 7 on the battlefield. You'll find that just about everything in the army is faster than standard Space Marines are, and they have precision on their weapons as well. So enemy heroes beware. Just beautiful models, and they're so fast you might not even need to put them in a Rhino, but you might want to. Okay, so also in the army set are 2 squads of Noise Marines. These guys are beloved, and we've seen them before.
Oh no, this dude's got the derpy eyes, chat. That's not good. That's not good at all. His eyes are whoop. That is not good. That guy's got a neat looking helmet. Yeah, they're alright looking. They're okay looking. Like I said, they're not the rocker ones. I like the rocker ones. The rocker guy, I know he was just kind of like a limited edition thing, but
who are the Noise Marines, this special cult of the Emperor's Children?
So they're basically champions of Slaanesh that desire the experience of sound, and they want to have it to the extreme. So they have various stims, and
they basically kill you by blasting you to death with very high-pitched noises
to allow them both to hear sound better, but also to admit it. They've got various warp mutations, and they carry weaponry that can emit, say, really powerful bass tones that'll shatter bones, horrifying metallic screeches that'll make your head explode. Really, sound is their jam.
This is so Slaanesh-y. I absolutely love these guys. There are 6 models in the box, of course, the blessed number of Slaanesh. They are bigger and tougher than other Marines. Think Havoc equivalents from Chaos Space Marines.
Yep, that's pretty much what they're supposed to be.
And they carry all manner of sonic weaponry. Sonic blasters are the sort of standard gun, as it were. And they also carry these blast masters, which can be tuned to different frequencies to destroy armored targets or to rupture the eardrums of numerous hordes. They're just the coolest models, led by the Disharmonist there, their leader, who's got amplifiers on his shoulders, as they all have. Just the coolest box. And there's 2 units of them in the army deal as well.
I like this dude in the back.
Take a hold of that. But
I like
the
his
army
helmet.
set isn't the only thing that's coming for the Emperor's Children. Let's have a look.
See, now this helmet doesn't look so bad, but this is a different model. This is a different model. It's painted different. The other one, his eyes were like, "Rah," and then "Rah."
Look at some more, and of course one of the most famous heroes for the whole Chaos faction, Lucius the Eternal. Tell me about this guy.
So Lucius the Eternal, he likes to think he's the best swordsman in existence. He's basically one of the greatest champions of the Emperor's Children, and he seeks out equal paragons amongst enemy forces. So he'll hunt down your characters, your blade masters, that sort of thing. He basically wants to test.
So I wonder if they're going to give him a special thing, because in the lore, if you kill him and you're proud of the fact that you killed him, he comes back. And he comes back through you. He takes over your body and just regenerates, and you die. So I wonder if they're going to do that, maybe on a 6-up, that whoever kills him, he gets regenerated with maybe like half wounds or whatever.
His skills. However, he has not always succeeded. But should he be struck down, if you take even a minuscule moment of satisfaction in your kill, you will turn into Lucius.
Which is
and
BS.
your face will be resplendent on his armor for all eternity. Now, the armor is sort of a double-edged sword in this regard, because every face on it is obviously somebody that he's not killed, and that wounds his pride more than anything, and is kind of tripping him a little bit insane. He holds an awful lot of contempt for everyone and everything.
How Slaneshi. I love this miniature. It's incredible, and you can really tell sort of the pride.
Oh, be quiet, you. House Laneshi. I'm really a big fan. He. You can tell I'm just faking it.
And arrogance really coming across on it. On the battlefield, they are an incredibly skilled fighter. They use their Blade of Lair and the Lash of Torment to subdue hordes of enemies, which is cool.
It's Slanesh. This guy, Lucius, is a dude. There's no two models. Why are you saying, like, there's two of them? I mean, I guess maybe if he didn't die, but then he somehow, like, was mortal, like, he lost an arm and a leg, and then, like, somehow he came back on the other dude. So there was two of them. That might make sense, but I don't know. I don't understand the they thing.
He's actually a lone operative, but can still join units.
That makes more sense.
He is just better because he fights alone.
Because there's not multiples of him. That's why I'm getting confused, chat.
Basically, don't let this fighter anywhere near your warlord because he's gonna kill it, which is great. Absolutely brilliant model. Alongside Lucius, we also have the elite unit, the Flawless Blades.
Indeed.
Tell me about these guys, Al.
Oh, I hate these guys, chat. I don't like their faces. That dude, that guy's okay. That guy, his face is comical. I'll give that guy a pass. But these other dudes, they're like, I don't know. They're like evil JoJo guys. I like that though. Oh, I don't.
But these guys are basically sort of an evolution of the Palatine Blades from the Legion of old. They are the paragons of close combat and the art with the blade. They have demonic patrons that like to keep an eye on what they're up to, and they basically need to keep impressing them with the best kills, the most dramatic flair. They dose themselves up on stims all throughout, but their incredible pride means that they never want to share their form, so they're never going to get sort of completely taken over by a demon, but they're more than happy to accept their gifts.
They're just stunning models, aren't they? Really are. 3 models in a box, loads and loads of options to customize your miniatures.
They're probably going to be super expensive.
As prideful as you want them to. On the battlefield, they are horrifying combatants, as you can well imagine, wielding their bliss blades there with terrifying skill. Now, Alex, you talked about those demonic patrons in their lore as well, and on the battlefield, that's represented. They can call upon these dark powers to give them extra powers in combat. But at a risk, because if they don't actually get any kills, they're punished with their own deaths. So it's a big risk, but really quite very Slaneshi and very fun too.
He says
now,
Slaneshi again.
For the Emperor's Children is the Lord Cacophonist, who's this incredible miniature with a huge amplifier on his back.
I do like the helmet.
So these guys, as
very
always,
angry
are
looking.
obsessed with sound. Namely the extremes of sound, able to issue sonic assaults at basically any scale. They're believed by some to actually be able to cause vibrations within the warp itself.
Oh, that's cool.
So these guys are basically surgically sculpted even beyond the normal noise marine, and that amplifier on their back is the Doom Siren, and that basically magnifies every utterance.
It's like ASMR, but for Slaneshi Marines. It's awesome.
I feel like I need to take a shot every time he says Slaneshi chat.
Or a power sword there as well. He's got a rule called Obsessive Enunciation, which if he joins Noise Marines, give them sustained hits, which is just incredible. Yeah, he can use the Doom Siren to blow people's heads up as well, which is just great. A wonderful miniature, very Slaneshi.
I gotta take a shot, chat.
Hold one of these as well. Now, also coming for the Emperor's Children in the future is the Combat Patrol. It's called the Callous Blades inside the Codex. It's not coming quite yet, but it will be coming in the future, and it's a seriously combat-focused...
Stop. Oh,
Combat Patrol.
Oh, I can't get this one to look, but that is a really cool helmet. That is a really cool helmet.
There, so 6 of the Flawless Blades, 10 of the Infractors, and a Lord Exultant, so you can really get...
Let's see if we can stop it there, chat. He's kind of almost off screen, but I really like the skull thing there. I don't know what's going on with this helmet there, but that is really cool. That's an old Slaneshi looking head. I don't like the cone heads. The cone heads are weird and goofy.
Stuck in. Oh yes. Going to be horrifying, but yeah, coming later, not quite yet. Now, of course, in the army set is coming the Emperor's Children Codex.
Yep.
This one's been waited for a long time by
So they're going to be coming out with a special edition codexes. There's only going to be 1,600 of them. They come with these special metal tokens that you can use for forget what they're called. You put them on the battlefield and whatnot, and then they come with a big piece, a big metal thingy that if you get all of the books, which is stupid and ridiculously expensive, they make it turns into a big pendant. But you know with how GW does stuff that it's going to be a giant mess.
Hobbyists out there
for the pre-orders.
Tell me what's the first thing that caught your eye?
Oh, so as expected, this is a work of perfection. It's got everything from the background and the lore in it, a little bit of explanation about what Fulgrim's been up to, how the Emperor's Children, various warbands have been fractured. But my favourite thing is these little cutouts that appear on various pages, basically describing the stims, the toxins, the drugs that the Emperor's Children have been using. And one of my favourites is scalathraxine dust, which is basically this crystalline powder that they put in their eyes that grows crystals and would drive anybody else mad. But the Emperor's Children love it.
Oh, 40,000 is really grim. I love it. Of course, gamers can...
I'm going to stop you there. It used to be really grim. It used to be. And that's why a lot of people liked it, because it was different. It was grim dark. It was people fighting just to stay alive another day. And then the IP took a nosedive when the company decided to basically listen to the wrong group of people. They want more people into the game now, and that means sterilizing everything, making it less grimdark, making models that please everybody, and that takes away from the grimdarkness, and it takes away from what Warhammer is. And it stinks. It really does stink. And now we have people in this hobby space that don't buy the miniatures, they don't buy the games, they don't buy the books, and will sit there on Twitter all day and they'll fight with people. Most of these people have left Twitter to Blue Skype or the Blue Butterfly, whatever it's called, and now they fight with each other, which is quite comical. But it's just a very sad, very, very sad what is going on with this franchise, because this is a great franchise. There was nothing else like it, and now it's being watered down, and that's not a good thing. That is not a good thing at all. Not a good thing.
Expect to find everything they usually find inside a codex, from all the army rules. They've got a new army rule called Thrill Seekers, where the army can advance or fall back and still charge, but with a few restrictions, but it's still exciting. 6 new detachments, which let you achieve various levels of perfection in there. And we've got lots of models. All the models we've seen are included, of course, all the rules in there, as well as other models also available right now. So if you wanted to start your forces right now to get ready for this, you could paint some Terminators, a Helldrake, a Demon Prince, Rhinos, Land Raiders, Spawn are in there, Mauler Fiends too. And what's really exciting is the Slaneshi Demons are included in the book as well.
So if you wanted a Fiend or a Greater Demon of Slanesh, this is your opportunity.
Absolutely, you can include
the
your
Death Watch
Slaneshi
did that
demons
too. So did the
alongside
Khorne,
your Emperor's Children on the
World
tabletop,
Leaders,
which is just great. So yeah, Keeper of Secrets running around alongside Fulgrim would be terrifying.
Also
prospect
Death
to face.
Guard.
We've got the Crusade rules in there as well. And inside the Crusade, you're going to love this. The idea here is that they're on a sort of journey to try and find exotic and rare ingredients to mix up strange elixirs, which will then have horrifying results for the combatants as well.
Cool.
Just really cool. And of course, the usual amount of new artwork. Great miniature shots in there as well. It's an absolute...
So the new artwork is not as good as the old artwork. The new artwork is, again, they're just kind of becoming bland and generic. I understand every now and again, having to put new artwork in there, but the old artwork is really, really great. And it shows off kind of what this world is supposed to be like. At the end of the day, this is supposed to be a grim, dark world. And it's made for escapism. It's made for the rule of cool. And that is something that GW is losing. It's no longer the rule of cool anymore. I mean, look at the Space Wolves. The Space Wolves are supposed to be, these space Vikings. They're supposed to be gruff. They're supposed to be, armor's supposed to be kind of dirty and covered in wolf pelts and trinkets and runes. And now a lot of the models just look like cleaned up dudes that are a little bit butch, but they like hair buns.
must get for Emperor's Children fans. Oh, I'm so excited for these guys, even though they hurt my Primarch.
So we've seen some fantastic stuff there from Age of Sigmar. We've seen the High Elf Realms from the Old World, ending with those Emperor's Children. It's been fantastic.
There's been some great, and Necromunda 2, of course, you saw in there as well. Those Black Library miniatures were so good too.
No,
yeah, it's been a really
no.
Thank you.
One of the Black Miniatures models was very, very ugly. She had this thing on her chest. I think it's supposed to be a fist holding a heart, but it looks like a fist holding a piece of pizza. Her face was really bad. The other Black Library models, there is 3 of them that were okay, and then one of them just looked like, I don't know, a weird butch hobbit on a human. It just no.
Everybody for watching. If you're over at LVO, I hope you're having a fantastic time. If you want more details on all of these and some of the things that we've not shown off, head over to the Warhammer community website. Remember to follow us on Facebook.
Yes, and if you ask these guys about stuff on the Adepticon one, they get kind of shitty with you. And they kind of imply that you're dumb for not going onto that website. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dreads and Breads. I'm not even going to bother finishing this because I'm just kind of disappointed with the state of everything right now. I mean, the Emperor's Children was pretty good. There was some stuff here and there that was all right, but nothing, like I said, nothing's got the rule of cool anymore to it, which really kind of sucks. Which really does kind of suck, because that was the whole vibe of Warhammer, was just the rule of cool and having fun, and it's now not becoming that anymore. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dreads of Breads, and I'll see you in the next one. Until next time, bye-bye, people of YouTube. Bye-bye, people of Twitch. I will see ya.